This is for the Elaine community. If these doors could talk, mass graves, where are they?
Today, May 30, 2017. I'm about to speak on some sayings that my grandfather talked with me about when I was a very young woman. And he talked about the riot that happened here in 1919. And he was involved in it. And he talked about different aspects of it. But how he really got involved was during the meeting. And another time he talked about how soldiers and other men came to his home and carried he and other men to the high school that was only used for white kids, white children. But people were getting killed. He and other men was forced to dig a mass grave. And this mass grave, supposedly, from what he tells me, what he told me, is across the highway in Elaine, 44, across from Bobby Carpenter's store. At one time there was now I don't know how many, he didn't tell me how many people that he helped bury there. He just said a mass grave. But at one time there was a willow tree that stood in this spot. But not many years ago it was hit by lightning and burned. So I don't know if there are any markings at this place or not. Maybe someone will find out later. But these are the things that my grandfather told me about the riot that happened here. He was one of the men that met at the church, and he told me a few more things about what happened during that time, so long ago.
It's near the water tower, and every year it looks like that mound is going down lower and lower. There used to be stones there a long time ago because I was a kid riding by it every day with a horse. And I know for a fact there was gravestones there. But I just don't understand why the people don't connect with that part of history. Because after all, it is history of Elaine. And it needs to be kept in tow. It needs to not be forgotten what happened during that time.
I was looking for mass graves. Where would I look? Throughout Phillips County, there are numerous geographical locations that would hide mass graves. For one, Old Town Lake. Bodies were dumped in the lake, and certainly they'd be difficult to relocate. When I came here in the early 70s, this was a huge mound of earth. From the folklore that I was given, that this was also a burial place for folks that came from the 1919 Elaine incident.
My grandfather's name was Roby Smith. He was born in Gillette, Arkansas. He moved to the Phillips County area at an early age, and he was telling me, Johnny White, that back during the Elaine riot era, that he was paid $1 per day to haul some of the massacred bodies to a railroad boxcar, and some others' bodies were brought to some hills around the Helena Crossing area and to a cemetery. And the only cemetery there is St. Peter Cemetery, where I've combed the area and found several unmarked graves with several members of the St. Peter Missionary Baptist Church. And some of the graves go back as far as 1914, which is over 100 years ago, and like 5 years before the Elaine riot. And since that time, the cemetery has grown up,